Welcome to Heal Talk Tuesdays with Liza, where transformation begins as we evoke, embrace, and evolve. Greetings, and welcome to Heal Talk Tuesday. It's so good to be here with you, isn't it? I hope you are doing absolutely wonderful, healthy, and, well, I can't say bright, but I hope you're doing well. Today, we're going to be talking about something that touches everyone. It touches many of us in many different ways. But before we start talking about today's subject, which is what? Mother's Day is coming. Our communication, our relationship with our mothers, and how we connect. But first and foremost, I want to say today is National Nurses Day. So kudos, and I take my hat off to some of my friends who are nurses, those who are on the front lines and caring for others and nursing. So thank you for all that you do as a nurse. Let me begin with a story, because sometimes it's in the stories that others recognize a part of themselves. And if I share this story, you might see a glimpse of you, or maybe someone that you know that can connect with this. Long ago, I had a client of mine. We can call her Maggie. Let's call her Maggie. She came to me feeling frustrated and heartbroken. She was in her late 30s and a successful professional career woman. And she came to me because of her communication and relationship with her mom. And she was having a lot of anxiety, tension. Every time she talked to her mom, this misunderstanding and hurt feelings. So she would say, I don't understand, why can't she just listen without judging me? You know, moms always want to make the best for us, right? And so she would say that every time I open up and talk to her, and no matter what happens, she changes the subjects and tells me what I should be doing instead of just listening to me. So this tug of war, right? And that reminded me of when many years ago, when my dad was around, and being an only child, I would go to my parents' house, and they probably had some kind of a talk, or it got to an argument, and I felt like I was the net between a ping pong. And it was like this, right? And the paddle would go this way, and the paddle would go that way, and I was the net. And I don't know if you can relate to this or not. Please let me know if you can. I felt like being the net, that I had to either protect this one or take sides with the other one. And no matter which side you take, guess what? You're on the wrong side. Because one side feels like, why are you taking the other side? So I can talk a lot about me growing up and my relationship with my mom, but I wanted to share this story about Maggie, because when she came to me and she talked about her frustrations, about mom making sure that she's correcting her, but she felt judged. It's because underneath all of this, it's a frustration and yet something very tender. A deep yearning to feel seen and to be heard by our mom. And mothers mean the world to us. To feel loved, not in words, but in presence. So I've talked a lot about this book called 5 Love Languages. And I think it is absolutely wonderful because when I have couples come here, I tell them to get this book. If there are people who are dating and have an intention of getting married, I make sure that they read this book called the 5 Love Languages. Because it's not only for relationships of like a partnering and love relationship, but I think it is also so so important for us to know who we are and how we like to be loved, what we need to feel as loved. And so here's my question to you. Do you know yourself, how you like to be loved? What is your love language? Because there are many forms. One is listening and to be heard. It's just give me space, let me share whatever it is that I want, and just hold space for me without correcting me, without judging me. Just be with me. Just sit there. Be present. And I think that was Maggie's language. But every time Maggie would communicate with her mom would correct or try to fix or give her directions, and that's not what Maggie wanted. So together, another love language is verbal, what do we call it? Validation, verbal validation. Another one is that if you give gifts, they love to receive gifts. So gift giving is very important for them. Another one can be titles, validation in elevation and things like that. Money is also a part of the gift. So another one is spend time with me and let's go experience things, and time is very important. Another one is acts of service. So understanding your love language is so important. By working with Maggie, what we came to do is uncover together that it's something many of us face. We enter into conversations with old expectations. So what do I mean with old expectations? Old wounds, and sometimes even the roles of a mother and daughter, mother and son, they change, and the old wounds that we carry as children or we carry as teenagers in childhood, those wounds stay with us. I don't know what your relationship was with mom. If mom is still around, are you caring for her? Are you taking care of her? So understanding this relationship, because sometimes mom can, at my age, our moms are already in their 80s, late 80s. So when we talk about it is, I want my mom to be the same, or the bright, the gregarious, or moms who were always shy and timid and soft-spoken, and so who we see as our mom as a little girl or as a little boy and who they are today. And you may still hang on to either the old story, the history of that, or the wounds that you carried since then, and expect that your relationship is still the same. And that cannot happen. So without realizing, we're often just not communicating as adults, but as that little child. Does that make sense? Okay. So here's the thing. When we communicate from the old roles, we get stuck in the old patterns. That's it. We're stuck as the 11-year-old, the 14-year-old, the teenage, and we work. And that's one of the things that I shed a light, and I said, when we were doing hypnosis and during the session, I said, just at this very moment, how old are you? And she went straight into her teenage years. So understanding that no matter what happened at the teenage years, that's not who you are today. She is not you. You are more of an adult, you have a more understanding, but the feelings, the hurt, the resentment, the anger, whatever it was, mom could not defend you, mom did not understand you, mom did not protect you, mom was judging you, mom was competing with you. Do you see how many of those ramifications are there? And as a little girl or boy, you hold on to those. So together, for Maggie, we worked through all this and literally breaking through. And we did a little bit of a breath work. We did hypnosis. And Maggie came to this aha moment. That's it. A part of healing, a part of the work that I do, you know, the 3E Boubari, the Boubari 3E method is the Evoke, Embrace, Evolve. So once we evoke it, and she got to the aha moment, once I start working with you and you get to the aha moment, that's the beginning of the healing process. Because once the light bulb goes on, you go, okay, now I get it. I am acting as a 14-year-old or 15-year-old, and that is not who I am today. So because we can't change our moms, we have to change ourselves. And that's what Maggie had to do. She could change the way she showed up in her conversations with mom. She could change the dialogue, speaking with mom. And she began to practice 3 things. And I'm going to read this. Pause and breathe before speaking. And instead of reacting, why not just pause for a moment, take a deep breath, and speak from the adult self, one adult to another, instead of that hurt little girl. Because mom is not seeing it, because mom can be reacting to the little girl and thinking you're still that little girl. But the moment you shift and speak like an adult, then the other part, the communication stops. Instead of judging you or correcting you, it's like, wait a minute. So you can also address mom and say, Mom, today I just want you to listen. And I'm not looking for advice, but can you just hear me out? That way she knows, and she can hold off and just be present for you. Another one is when things were becoming tense for Maggie, she learned to gently steer the conversation, say, I do love you. And we need to pause and talk this over. Again, I don't know where you come from, but some families are very affectionate, hands-on, touchy-feely, kissy, you know. And then there's others, we know our parents love us, but we're not touchy-feely, kissy. And you may yearn another family that is touchy-feely, kissy. Or you might say, that's different. That's not who I am. And believe it or not, how we grow up and what we see in our household becomes our own platform, and we either stay in the same realm or we choose to be different. And to be different in our family, to be different with our children. So I would love to hear from you as to how was your household? And did you change it for your family with your children? Or did you stay the same? That's because that's how you were brought up. Okay? So over time, Maggie noticed that something incredible is happening. And as she shifted herself, her mom softened too. So they became in a conversation, not a perfect conversation, but better communication. And that helped what? It helped Maggie heal. You see, because when we start walking on eggshells, because mom is always judging or trying to fix something, and you feel I'm not good enough, or I don't look good enough, my body is not good enough, my hair is not good enough, what I do is not good enough, not because mom says you are not good, but she wants you to be better, right? But the kid does not hear that. And that's where the healing comes. That form of communication, when she shifted the communication with her mom, her healing started. For her to realize that she is good enough. And once what it used to end with tears, now it often ends with a small smile and thank you, and what else is happening, and what else can we do together. Now it's like looking forward to the communications. So I know I'm saying this, and I know it's resonating. Maybe someone you know is having a difficulty and they shared it with you. So let me ask you this. How do you currently communicate with your mom? And if mom is present? Or how do you communicate with your child? Or with your siblings? Even siblings, brother and sister, sister to sister, growing up in a home or a household that the communication was not open, or maybe it was too open and anything goes, and it's like it's so easy to talk about just about anything. And if your mom is not here, then bless her heart, bless her soul. And those of you who still have mom, I hope you find a better way of communicating. And if your relationship is absolutely amazing, then lovely. So my second question that I would love to hear from you is, are there old patterns or unspoken expectations at play? Are there expectations from your mom or maybe even your sibling that you have not communicated, that you have not shared or opened up? It's like communication is so much in the surface, but nothing serious, because you don't want to bring up or hash the things that are from long time ago, and that hurt stays on and on and on. It's just like you keep putting more lid on it. And guess what? Whatever is underneath it, underneath anger, resentment, is what? Hurt. Unspoken, unresolved hurt. And it's the hurt, as I said, of the little inner self. And I love talking about inner self instead of inner child, because the inner self can be at age 15, not a little girl or little boy. Make sense? So just like Maggie, when she started communicating with her mom better, her healing started. And her communication with her younger sibling became better. And believe it or not, I know that weeks later that she had a communication with her sibling, and they both discussed something that they both had been keeping a secret. And once that came out, it was like aha moment. They didn't even realize that they were both experiencing such deep-rooted hurt that they had not even shared it with their mom, because it was a secret. She kept it a secret, and she kept it a secret, and this secret was why her sister was in therapy for over 5 years, and she came for hypnotherapy, and she had already done 2 years of therapy but had never resolved the issue, something that it was so secretive that was really affecting her. It's amazing that once we peel away the surface, the skin, and because the skin, you know, we scrub it. Even when you go, even doctors and nurses, when they want to go to surgery, even though when they wear gloves, they literally have to scrub their hands, their fingers, underneath the nails, and then put the glove on. And we forget that sometimes we have to scrub our own skin because there is a lot of dead skin. I hope this makes sense to you. So remember, communication is less about the words that we say and more about the energy that we bring when we communicate. So here's how I love to practice. I would love to give you something for you to practice at home on your own. I wrote this down. Next time when you speak to your loved one, mom, sibling, or anyone, pause first. Take a moment. Take a deep breath and ask yourself, what do I need from this conversation? Besides just the norm, hello, how are you, and the surface communication. Am I willing to listen with love, even when it's a hard conversation? And this is also for moms with your children. Are you ready just to listen without fixing, without judging? How can you respond, or how can I respond rather than react? Because responding means you are responding to the question or to the subject matter, instead of reacting the way you react, because the other person is not there for you to react, but to respond to what they need. Because those are small little shifts in communication. And those shifts have a rippling effect, just like that stone that we cast in the water and you see the ripple, and that effect go round and about, round and about, round and about, right? You drop a small little speck in the water and you go, it's amazing how one small little change can make a huge impact in you. Because you are the one that needs to heal, and then heal the communication, and then heal the relationship. Because everything starts with you. Because healing the way you communicate can heal generational tension and secrets. So I hope today's story and today's segment was beneficial to you, especially now that I know on Sunday, this coming Sunday, is Mother's Day. And God bless all the moms that are with you. Those you are apart from, perhaps you want to connect or send a note. Yes, not all moms are perfect, and not all moms are loving. I know. I know that. Because when we think about it, they all have their own healing that needs to be done. And if you're a mom, I know you're not perfect either. Because I don't believe there is a perfect person. They may seem perfect to us as little young ones. And when we grow up, we realize they too have their own issues, their own pain, and their own hurt, and their own behaviors and habits that you got to recognize today. So, and for those who are above, may they always bless you, watch over you from above. So come this Sunday, light a candle for you, for them. Guess what? I have a big, huge surprise because, as you know, I am on the radio. Now I am on talk radio, which I am so excited. It was a little girl's dream become reality. And so I am on realtalk870.com. I am on 870 station Sunday nights at 10 p.m. And this Sunday, God willing, I have asked my mom to be my guest, to have a candid conversation, because Real Talk with Liza is what? It's all about candid conversations. So stay tuned, tune in, 8:70 a.m. You can watch me on Facebook, because we're going to streamline it live on Facebook. And it's going to be candid. Do I know what we're going to be talking about? Definitely not. And I'm sure my mom will be very candid. So she's an amazing woman, but we too had our difficulties, communication and everything. Boy, did we have our communication and things. We're going to be talking about all of that. So I am blessed to have my mom still with me. Truly am blessed. And in my life, I've had many moms or mom-alikes. And one of them, I want to say, bless her soul, her name was Maura. And of course, my grandmother was the biggest matriarch in our family. And they are both watching over me right here, right now. So stay tuned, tune in, Sunday night, 10 p.m. And for all of you, if you're struggling with family dynamics or want to break free from old communications, old patterns, old pain, know that you are not alone. I'm offering 15-minute consultation. It's free of charge. You can always contact me right here. You can message me right here on Facebook, DM me, or contact my office, or call 818-221-2797. So I hope today's message was beneficial to you, and call me. I'm always available to have a consultation with you for us to explore how you can feel better and heal within. You know why? because you too matter. Until next week, God bless you, and may the universal light surround you always. Bye-bye.
And if you like this, share it, subscribe, and go to YouTube, and you'll see the rest of all my podcasts.